My gender is not yours. Do not touch it. Do not speak of it. Do not think of it. I am a person. I am a living being. My gender does not define me or who I am. My gender is not for you to play with, so do not try and guess it. My gender is not defined by the clothes I wear. My gender is not defined by my hair. Honestly, my gender does not exist. I am simply Aaron, simply myself. My gender is not yours. Do not touch it. Do not speak of it. Do not think of it. My gender does not exist.
We become so invested in other people's hair. So, like, when I finally did cut my hair, much later, my mom cried. Like, it was, and I felt bad. I felt guilty for upsetting her, and I knew that she would be upset. But then another part of me, like, just sort of, like, exploded.
I think a woman's long hair is a little sense of power.
But she came to school, and her hair was virtually gone. And I thought, oh no. First thing that came to my mind is I thought her cousin screwed up her hair and she had to shave it all off. That's what I thought. And when Abby had come into the classroom, I just remember vividly that her classmates were already picking on her the minute they saw her. From the moment she had come to school that morning before they walked in my door, they all were just all over her about her hair and picking on her. And she wasn't the kid that you picked on because she was nice to everybody. So I'm thinking, why are they picking on Abby? She's always good to everybody. She's the one who breaks up these kinds of moments and says, hey, knock it off, leave that kid alone. And then all of a sudden she was the victim, and I was like kind of heartbroken. My reaction immediately was, hey, Abby, I love your hair. As soon as I had made eye contact with her, I told her, it looks awesome on you. That is a really great haircut. And she just started smiling. And then one of the boys in the class had made some derogatory remark about, she looks like a boy, and all her hair's gone, another one said. And it was just, I just kind of felt shocked inside and tried to just disguise that disgust that I had and anger with the boys' behavior, considering that this girl has always been nice to them and good to everybody in the class, and now they've kind of turned their back on her. I said, I felt I had to do something. I had to say something, So I said, you know what? I like her haircut. You know what? I'm going to cut my hair just like hers.
Yeah, but what makes her a girl? What kind of features does she have?
Different kind of hair. Guys are usually short.
Mm-hmm.
And girls are long hair.
A short haircut looks like a man's haircut. And that's sort of the idea, I guess.
Yeah.
That a lot of people have with women with short hair. Which I don't really get. Just, girls with short hair can be just as, pretty and cool. To bring up Sammy and Savannah, they're very cool people. They're not men, obviously. A lot of people are they read too much into, I think, physical markers. Or at least that's what I found.
So I cut my hair, and it's been a couple of years now, and the reactions that I get, I've noticed that it like upsets people. My sort of queer community, my friends and family of choice in the queer community, all loved it. They were like, "You look great with short hair, and it's badass, it's good." But really, everyone outside of that, so like as in my birth family, my not chosen family, my sisters were upset. My sister Jody said, I don't care that you're a lesbian, but I really hate your short hair. Like, why do you have to look like a lesbian? So there's this whole idea of looking like a lesbian, right? Which I could barely blame her because I had thought that a few years ago. Oh, I need to cut my hair. I need to look like a lesbian. Mm-hmm. So I think there's also this connection with women with short hair must be lesbians, right? And
what makes them look different than a guy?
Eyelashes, long hair, stuff like that.
A lot of times when straight women cut their hair, they get labeled as lesbians. which makes a lot of them uncomfortable. But I think a lot of it goes with style, and I think that there are some, I don't want to say negative, but a lot of people think that, you know, being queer is negative. Mm-hmm. So there are some negative, in other words, being queer, stigmas associated with short hair.
Personally, if I cut my hair, and when I did cut my hair above my shoulders to that length, I felt like a little part of me was like gone, and I felt insecure. Yeah, I felt something was weird, like I looked weird. I think it's a sense of comfort for some women. Mm-hmm.
She said something about like going to Chuck's, and I said that, you know, it doesn't seem like a place that I would want to go or feel very welcome. And she's, you know, visibly queer. She's got the haircut. Mm-hmm. And she looked at me, she goes, you'd be fine there. And I was like, you know, I'd be fine. Why? She's like, well, no one would know. And so it's like that, I don't feel comfortable with that privilege. The fact that, you know, I can walk into somewhere and because of my hair, mm-hmm. nobody knows. So, you know, I have toyed with the idea of, you know, shaving it, chopping it all off. But to me, that would be sort of selling out. It would be sort of a, like, conforming to what I'm supposed to conform to. I just can't bring myself to do that. You know, as much as I feel like I don't deserve the privilege that I have, you know, because of my hair, you know, the safety that my hair gives me, as much as I feel like I don't deserve that, to cut it off and to not have that privilege, A, terrifies me, and B, would be completely selling out.
I think guys have to have short hair to the world. And it's weird because, like, that's how we, like, that's how our like, bathroom signs are. Like, a guy's just a round head, no hair, and sometimes the girl has, like, hair. Like,
it was not what, you know, society would consider feminine at all. And especially for a 9 or 10-year-old in the 4th grade. Quite shocking. So, I told her I liked it. And actually, she had a beautiful head, and it looked amazing on her. So I said I was going to cut my hair the same way. And so I came home that night and I told everybody in my family I was shaving my head, and they all thought I was crazy. But no, I need to do this. This is important. And so I did. I shaved off my hair completely. I think a little shorter than Abby's. And went to school with my hair gone. And the kids just looked at me like, oh my God. I remember their faces just going, you did it. You said you were going to do it, but Mrs. Carhart, I didn't think you were going to do it. And that whole day, I never heard another negative thing said to Abby again, or ever after that. That, you know, there was a turn in our classroom, and I think, and for just that, it was worth it. That one act could eradicate judgment and a way of thinking about people that was exterior. And then all of a sudden I think they were thinking about what was on the inside of both of us and not the outside.
My gender is not yours. Do not touch it. Do not speak of it. Do not think of it. I am a person. I am a living being. My gender does not define me or who I am. My gender is not for you to play with, so do not try and guess it. My gender is not defined by the clothes I wear. My gender is not defined by my hair. Honestly, my gender does not exist. I am simply Aaron, simply myself. My gender is not yours. Do not touch it. Do not speak of it. Do not think of it. My gender does not exist.
Looks good.
I'm going to zoom in.
I like it.
I like it too on you. I think it's cool.
Looks good. Cool.